welcome to your weekly interval. This is the Best Damn Nerd Show. I am your host, Mike from Alchemist, James Kincaid, and with me tonight, the ever-stalwart Professor Chris Davis.
So good to be here, Jimbo. I love you. I miss you.
Thanks.
Good to see your face.
Why are you kissing up to me?
When
It's
you
rare.
don't do your research and you're not prepared, you got suck up at the beginning.
That stands to reason. Well, flattery will get you everywhere. Well, never mind. That's for those with the benefit of YouTube.
You want to know what the mug says?
Thank you for joining us both on YouTube and on the Tenno Media Network and wherever you get your podcast. But welcome back to the Best Damn Nerd Show. What have you been up to, Davis? Since last week when we said we took our first step into the What If universe, which we will be discussing again later on in this episode. What If episode 2? But what have you been up to?
I dove into a few new things over the last week. And when I say new, I mean that they've been out for a few years and I finally got around to them.
That's fair.
So,
that's often how I approach things.
Yeah, especially when they're free. So, you hyped up a game a lot that I've been wanting to play, and I finally got a copy of it from my bro. And I've been diving into feudal Japan and Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, very nice.
It has been interesting. It's very early, but I do like. I'm just still trying to master controls and getting a whole lot of the new moves and all that.
Beautiful game though. Like you can already tell already. It's funny that you picked up Ghost of Tsushima again because I needed a little bit of an escape this week just from all the goings-ons of life. And I too took a trip back to feudal Japan. I picked up after having beaten it however long ago now. Decides like, you know what? I just want to go around and kill some Mongols and some Ronin, and compose some haiku, take a dip in the hot springs, and so I too went back to Tsushima, and this is how tapped in. Sorry, Nerdosphere, to the sort of video game community I am. Had no idea that they completely updated the game and had all this, new content and new sort of like play styles and stuff. Like there's Ghost of Tsushima Plus now, where which is what I ended up doing is after you beat the game, you can go back and play it again. It's slightly more difficult, but you get to keep all of your upgrades that you've earned from your first playthrough. I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. I want to do that because I wanted to have more missions to play, but I also, didn't want to be busted back down to, not having all my special attacks and everything. So it's perfect. So thank you, Ghost of Tsushima. It was such a pleasant surprise.
So you start from the beginning, or where does it start?
Yeah,
because I feel like you'd be able to
It starts you right after the cinematic open. And so when you're in free roam, right when you go basically after you finish the first tutorial mission, which is that cinematic open, that's where they drop you. And
you fall off the bridge.
There's new merchants and new gear you can get, all this new stuff, and almost immediately something that I wanted that wasn't in the original run of the game is at this dye merchant. I'm just like, oh, beautiful. It's going to really tie my whole character together. So I was pretty stoked on that.
I don't know what I'm doing with haikus. I've ran into a couple guys talking about it. It seems like it's going to be a thing, but do I have to create haikus?
Yes.
I've never been a poet.
Get to. It's very beneficial that you do so. It helps, still your mind before battle. But yeah, no, you will run into, I think there's 20 or 25 places or something like that to compose haiku in the game. And how it works, Davis, minor spoilers.
Okay.
You'll be looking at a scene and it will ask you to reflect on, the battle ahead, and you'll have you sort of search the screen for as what you're looking at, and that's how you compose the haiku.
And
very cool.
And it judges your quality.
No, never judges you. They're all hitters in my opinion.
Okay.
So you get rewards out of it and stuff like that, and so wait, where exactly are you?
Oh man, let's see. I just did a mission where it was like getting this archer guy, and we were going after a student. We found out.
Oh yeah. Ishikawa. You should know
yeah.
his name.
Yeah.
Giants fan over there.
And we went over and found out that she kind of switched sides. So
yeah.
So we're going after her.
Nice. Come away.
Yeah, it's been fun, and definitely getting back to like hand-to-hand stuff over like all the shooters that I usually play. So it's a good change.
Yeah,
but it's a beautiful game, and it seems like there's a lot to it. So
it's very. I don't know if you played Shadows of Mordor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very much so like samurai ninja version of that game in a lot of respects, for sure. Yeah. Have you done the standoff feature yet?
Yeah, a few times.
Awesome.
Took me a moment to realize that there was like a timing aspect to it. So I was like just trying to swipe away. It's like, I got him. I beat him.
That'll get you.
Nope.
But that's honestly maybe my favorite feature of the whole game are the standoffs. There's just something so rewarding, so cinematic about that. So I love that we both were just so in sync that we dived into Ghost of Tsushima here. So that's great.